Okay, so just to make sure that we are on the same page here, for our new listeners who have just tuned on, you have heart rate, respiratory rate, blood pressure, oxygen saturation, which can be abbreviated as O2, all right, 96 to 100%. You have weight that's going to be measured in pounds or kilograms. You will be responsible for converting the two. All right, and you have height. Height is always in inches, okay? So the example I gave was if you have a person that is 6 foot, how many inches are they? So you just do 6 times 12 is 72 inches, okay? If a person is 5'9", you could write it like this. 5 times 12 is what? 60. 60 plus 9, that person is 69 inches. That's the simplest way I can show you. That's as simple as I can get it. Okay? O2 saturation. Okay? Remember, this is oxygen. Okay? The amount of oxygen in the blood. All right? Our range is 96 to 100%. All right? Anything less than that, a person needs supplemental oxygen. Okay? Anything less than that. But the 96 to 100, sometimes 95, depending on the book, will be perfect. Okay? You will measure this with a pulse ox. Okay? O2 saturation is measured with a pulse ox machine. Okay? Pulse ox machine. A little device that goes on your finger. I'll bring one next week. Okay? So we've gone over heart rate, respiratory rate, blood pressure. We're going to get back to blood pressure because it's kind of long. But saturation, right? Weight, height, right? Now, weight, right? So if a person weighs, take that back, scratch that. For every pound equals 2.2 kilograms. For every pound is 2.2 kilograms. Okay? Now, will I give you it in exact? No, I'll give you a range. You know, you're going to pick out the best answer. So if this person weighed 200 pounds, how do I get to kilograms? One pound every 2.2 kilograms. So what am I going to do? Divide? 1 pound equals 2.2 kilograms. If I was going backwards, then I would divide. But I'm going forwards. Okay? So you're going to be times 2.2. What'd that give me? 2.2 times 200 is what? $440. 440 kilograms. Not to be confused with 440 pounds. Okay? Not to be confused with 440 pounds. Right? 200 times 2.2 kilograms is 440 2.2 kilograms is 440. Right? All right. So we're there. All right, everybody good? Conversion? I might ask you to go back. Miss Smith may be, she may be 200 kilograms. And I want you to convert that to pounds. Well, you're going to take 2.2. 200 divided by 2.2, that's going to give you how many pounds she is. Because when you're in a hospital or in a nursing home, sometimes the scale Sometimes they have a scale that you roll the patient up on in a wheelchair. Sometimes that scale is broken, and it'll be stuck on kilograms. So you need to do the conversion because it's going to ask you pounds. You have to write it down in pounds. Yeah, right. Right. Okay? All right. Keep moving. So we got oxygen, we got weight, height. We know all those, right? Yes, ma'am. Probably want to take a picture of that.
I'm going to send a picture.
Okay, she going to send it to you. You got a picture of the new one?
Yeah,
Okay.
I wrote it down.
Okay. All right. Oh, no, just make sure you got it. Because once I tell it, that's it. All right, we got saturation, blood pressure. Let's stop. Right here. So we got layers to blood pressure, right? We got layers to blood pressure. So in a perfect world, this is called the what? Well, this is called the systolic. This is called the diastolic. Okay? Most of the time, this one is the one we're the most concerned with. Okay? So now, let's talk about the systolic. From 120, we got this down last time, I think, to 139 is considered what? No. Hypertensive. Okay? Pre-hypertensive. Okay? Consistently. Now, if you come in one time and it's like that, then okay, no big deal. If you come in consistently 2 or 3 times and it's still 135, that's a problem. Okay? 140 to 159 would be definitely hypertensive. Hypertensive. Okay? Hypertensive. 160 and above is going to be high blood pressure. Consistently. Now, I'm not talking about one time. I'm not talking about somebody came in and they just had a tragedy, their grandmother died, or they were in a car accident and their blood pressure is high. Not that. If you come in this month, if you come in January to a doctor's appointment, and then you come back in March and it's still 160, if you come back in April and it's still 160, that's a problem. Okay? So that's going to warrant you being on some type of medication. All right? All right? So we good with that? This is all systolic. This has nothing to do with diastolic. Okay? Diastolic, here's the heart. Systolic is what's leaving. Okay? Diastolic is what's coming back. So the pressure is not going to be as high when blood is coming back to the heart. Okay? It's going to be there when it's leaving the heart. That's what we're concerned with. Okay? All right? High blood pressure would be linked with, most of the time, that's our calling, or our problem is that we have high blood pressure, which is disguised as hypertension. Okay? Hypertension. Hypertension, you can be walking around, I feel just fine, I don't feel, but every time you go, your blood pressure is 159, 158, 160. But you didn't know that because you feel fine. It can lead to strokes and definitely can lead to heart attacks. Okay? So if you go and you go in your granny's house and she says, she says, well, I feel dizzy. I feel dizzy. A lot of older people, they don't like to take the blood pressure medication, or they don't like to take, because they're taking so many other pills. They say, listen, I'm tired of taking them. But the end result could be a stroke without you taking your blood pressure medication. So you need to make sure that they take it on a regular. Okay? We're good with that? Everybody all good? Okay. So scenarios are going to come at you. When I give you scenarios, you're going to answer the questions of the scenarios in some type of MLA format. What to do with the patient, how to triage, if you will, the patient. Let's talk about a few things. Let's talk about, man, I can't remember. Brain's not working today. Medical terminology. That's what y'all took, right? Medical terminology. All right, so let's get a couple of things down with medical terminology. Does everybody know what PRN means? Come on, medical terminology. PRN? No? You didn't learn that one? Okay. All right. PRN means when, or, sorry, not when. Yeah, t-shirt, sure is. Use what you got. As needed. As needed, okay? So sometimes, especially in respiratory, they'll prescribe albuterol. And you're doing albuterol, hey man, you're doing albuterol and you're giving it every 4 hours, right? And we'll go over that too in a minute, all right? But sometimes they'll say, well, Wakanda's asthma is not that bad. Just give her a treatment when it's needed. And she'll tell you, hey, I feel like I'm a little short of breath. Or I took your pulse ox and your pulse ox, your saturation was at 90 or something like that. Then that's when I would make the discretion, it's up to my discretion when you need it. Okay? So anytime you see PRN in the chart, that's going to be when you need it. Okay? All right? So we're talking about frequency. This is the frequency in which you're giving something. Okay? Frequency in which you're giving something. What was that? What bell was that? Go a second period? Okay, take your break.
How long the break?
5 minutes, same thing.